Hello and welcome back to another episode. Now it's New Year's Eve, and obviously many people at this festive time of year have extravagant plans, but for my part I'm at least spending my afternoon at Luigi's mansion. And the reason for this is because this is one of my Christmas presents. I had a wonderful Christmas, got a very interesting array of fantastic gifts, but this was really one of the main presents that I got from my wife. Luigi's Mansion is a game that I have wanted for ages, since 2002 I believe, when it came out. It was a release title on the GameCube, and to be honest, I've always been aware that it's an interesting game. You know, it's a different type of Mario game. It's put out my candles, Mr. Lime Green. Ooh, It's a different type of game because obviously you have to try and catch ghosts in Luigi's Mansion. It's not a 2 or 2.5D side scroller, nor is it a full 3D world. It's not, for example, a follow-up to Super Mario 64. And therefore it's a game which takes some getting used to, and for some people actually it's a bit of an acquired taste. I've heard people say that this game, for example, is too easy, that it's too short, that it's boring, but let me tell you guys, it's not. It's really interesting. Also, to be honest, it's really nice actually to have Luigi as the hero. That doesn't really happen unless Mario's missing. Indeed, in the game, Mario's missing, and in this game, Mario has also gone missing. He's been kidnapped by some ghosts. Now, I'm being a little bit vague because actually I've played quite far into this game so far, and not only can I tell you that it's not too short, as it were, it's actually quite a good length game, but also there's some nice little plot twists here and there. The music is fantastic. I love the menu music. And speaking of which, I love the way that Luigi actually whistles the music as well. It's almost like he's vaguely aware of the background music. He's vaguely aware that he's in a game, but also he's kind of whistling in order to stop himself being too scared, which is sort of what we all do when we're in a scary mansion. It's just a great game, and I'm so pleased that we got hold of it. Now, actually, my wife was asking about it, and went all around town, couldn't find it. Went to the CEX store, which is like a computer and electronics sort of boutique type store, and they didn't have it, but they did have a copy which was 40 miles away, and sadly she wasn't going to travel. She didn't have time to travel that far to get hold of this game. But they said, oh, there's also a copy in Northern Ireland, in Ballymena. And actually that's where she's from. In fact, that's where her parents were travelling from to come and see us this Christmas. So they were kind enough to pick it up actually for me. And I couldn't be more happy. It's just superb. In fact, actually, my wife's mum, my mother-in-law, she's been fascinated by the mechanics of this game, by the fact that it's sort of like Ghostbusters meets Super Mario, and it is. The fact that you've got this little vacuum cleaner on your back, that you have to sort of highlight the ghost's heart in order to make them vulnerable with your torch, and then suck them up with a hoover, is very satisfying. And it's also apparently fun to watch as well. You know, I was sort of slightly concerned that I might be boring people to death by playing this game with them in the living room, but they weren't. They were loving it. Oh, now something which I've hang on. Something which I've really liked about this actually is the way that it shows off the graphical capabilities of the GameCube. In fact, there are, and hopefully we'll get a chance to see it on this playthrough, there are some fantastic effects when what are called the portrait ghosts start to turn up. they leave a shadow in your torch even when they're invisible. Oh, come on! But they also have this sort of translucent glow to them, which is really actually quite impressive, and holds up to this day. In fact, in terms of graphics, you guys stop disappearing. There we go. So it doesn't even feel as though we've been sort of compromising on the look of the game. This game still holds up, and I'm playing it now on a widescreen TV, and the graphics aren't particularly stretched, and it doesn't look particularly ugly. So couldn't be happier. But yeah, it's one of those bucket list games for me, and I've been able to play it this Christmas. So what did you guys get for Christmas? Anything interesting? One of the other things that I really liked that I got this Christmas, well, two of them. One of them was actually a history of computer games from my brother-in-law, and another actually was The Art of the Rise of the Tomb Raider, which my lovely wife bought me as well. So, and Megatron. I got this guy, Megatron, Armada Megatron, from my parents-in-law as well. I've got some amazing... I've married into a very interesting and cool family. Right, okay, let's see. And, boo! Okay. Oh, there we go. But it does actually feel like, in part, like a Ghostbusters game. The mechanics are very, very similar to what you can play even on the Xbox 360 version of the Ghostbusters game. So it's actually great. The movement is a bit strange. It kind of like you're moving a bit like a tank, in so much as the controller is your movement, and then you sort of turn on the spot using the C stick. But that works in terms of when you're searching out ghosts with your torch rather well. I'm gonna have to be able to catch this guy. I love the mirror effect. Look at that mirror back there. It looks brilliant. Oh, he's dropping bananas. Come on. I promise you, I am actually doing rather well on my other file. Being a bit of a noob on this one. Come on. No. Suck up the banana. Oh, there he is. I'm being too slow between the revealing the heart and pressing the Hoover button. There we go. Got any plans for New Year's Eve? For us, actually, what we're going to be doing is having sort of crackers and cheese feast here in the living room. I'll probably play a bit more Luigi's Mansion, and we're having a friend over to help us see in the new year, which would be great. And of course our lovely dog's here too. Bit of a quiet New Year's Eve, but then again, those are always quite good fun. In fact, I think we did something very similar last year, just because Newcastle gets rather raucous on New Year's Eve, shall we say. Come on. But yeah, look at that mirror. That mirror just looks so good. Oh. Absolutely wonderful. Wonderful effects in this game. I mean, frankly, there are games which have come out in the past couple of years which haven't been able to do mirrors that well. And I'm thinking of GoldenEye on the Wii, for example. The mirror in the bathroom in the facility isn't done that well at all. That looks pretty darn good. Oh, come on! Gotta stop talking. Okay, and tell you. Ah! Will I ever get out of this room? Okay, come on, ghost. So annoying. Okay. Okay, let's try opening these wardrobes. There we go. Take that, you green sword. Come on, come on. Yes! In your face, biatch. suck up the banana skins, and let's finish opening these wardrobes. Oh, there's a ghost. It's just great. This game is fantastic. The mansion is actually huge, and as I say this, oh look, there's the key. It's appeared on top of the coats. That's to sort of suck up. Okay. Damn right. The mansion is huge. It's got several floors, and also, by the way, I love this use of the Game Boy Color or the Game Boy Horror as a menu. It's just fantastic. It actually lets you look at the items that you've recovered, as well as being a viewpoint. For I can just get it to come up. There we go. For Luigi to examine and ask questions of the space that he's in. One really shouldn't open this kind of thing without asking. The wardrobe he's speaking about there. So actually, this is the wall that you can't see from the perspective of the player, because it is in fact where the camera is. But if I go back, see. Isn't it just great? The game is magnificent and well worth playing. I'm so glad that I can play it now. So hopefully you guys have had a wonderful Christmas and New Year. Hopefully you're going to have a fantastic 2016, and hopefully you've enjoyed spending a little bit of your 2015 here with me. Now, oh actually, let's see, can I now open the other door? Oh, this is EGAD. Okay, so it's saying that I should search for clues first. I'll look at these ghosts. So let's see if we can find one of these ghosts before we finish the video. Oh no! Oh, sucker! I was suckered in by the coins on the floor. Yeah, whatever. You can hear the ghost laughing at me. Let's go in this room here. Oh, I can't. It's locked. Oh. Oh! Fine. Whatever. Let's try this door here. Here we go. Now this is where you get to see some of those really cool ghost effects actually. So that you can see that there is someone in the chair by the shadow on the wall. Oop. But they only really reveal themselves when the torch isn't on them. Isn't that fantastic? It's just, oh. And I just happened to be able to suck him up now because his heart was revealed. Come on. Let's see. Can we get there? Can we get there? Almost, almost. Now sadly this copy didn't actually come with its instruction booklet, so I'm not entirely clear on what, for example, those white balls are which are dropped by the ghost, but I'm sure I'll be able to look it up online. But I just love the effects of the ghost disappearing and then leaving its shadow with the torch. It's just such a fantastic effect, and again really shows off what the GameCube could do. Okay, let's see if I can get this guy. So if I scan him, I'm not quite sure actually how I revealed the hearts first of all. Let's see what he says. Go ahead, try to find me. I can see you, but you cannot see me. Ho ho ho. Oh, I see. Okay. So maybe I've got to surprise him. And no. I completely fluked it that time then. Must be something I can do which will bother him. Oh, I think he yawns. That's it. He yawns, and then I go, ah. So when he yawns, he becomes vulnerable to the torch. Come on, come on. 19, 14, 9, 8. Ah, so close. Okay. I've got this now. I've got it. Okay. Just wait for him to yawn. And there we go. Yeah! Fantastic. Well, guys, let's leave this video here, shall we? It's been a bit of a longer one than normal, but it's a special evening, New Year's Eve. And I've spent part of my New Year's Eve here at Luigi's mansion. Whatever you guys have got planned for this evening, whatever you've got planned for tomorrow, in fact. New Year's Day, we're going to be walking with friends on the beach. It should be fun. Have a fantastic end to the year and have a superb beginning to the new year. And as I say, whatever you're up to, just enjoy yourselves. And hopefully you've had a fantastic Christmas. As ever, until next time, do take care. Bye-bye.